Good evening and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, principal of Simply Improve Health, and I help people to train better and longer, have improved sleep, and enjoy a better quality of life in general using plant-based products and simple techniques. Tonight, the universe is playing games, and I'm having to be flexible, as I said in my last live, and adjust my subject for this evening. Originally, I was supposed to reschedule a Facebook Live. Unfortunately, because of time differences and scheduling and all kinds of things, I'll actually end up recording that interview and posting it later. But the lessons keep coming from that incident, and the lesson today is use of time and using it wisely. I made the remark last week that if Plan A doesn't work, you should keep going through the alphabet until you find one that does. But sometimes you're just meant to take a pause. You're meant to use your time in another way. For example, you can't get a particular task done because it depends upon other people. You have to wait on them. Fine. Put that to one side. Turn your attention to some other task that may be a shorter task, an easy to accomplish task that you can get out of the way in the meantime. I remember when I was at uni, people would always ask me, how is it you always find time to go to the park and go hang out and go dancing and all kinds of stuff? And I would tell them, say, well, two things. One, I'm a naturally early riser, so by 6 o'clock, I'm actually up and on my feet. Yes, I do wake up that early. I always have. My parents used to tell me, go back to bed, because I was always up so early. So I get a lot done. My day has a lot more hours in it, if you will, because I use that time wisely. While everyone is still asleep and they're not in my way, I get lots done. So I get all of the stuff done that I really can't be bothered to do. And then, I finish early enough at the end of the day, or not the end of the day, or the end of the morning, and I can go off and do other things that I really enjoy, like going to the park. But then that didn't stop me. If I had to study, I took my books to the park and studied there. So I got fresh air and I did my studying. So, and it didn't do me any harm. On the contrary, it actually enhanced my ability to do my work. And what I mean is that you have to take the time to replenish and restore yourself. Think about it this way. If you were a car, how long would you run if you didn't change the oil every 3,000 miles and put gas in the tank? How long would you last if you were a car? Not very long, would it? You wouldn't last long. And it's no different with us. Our fuel is rest and relaxation and good sleep. So if you would why would you treat your car better than you treat yourself? You change the oil, you put in gas, getting rest and using your time to regenerate and refresh yourself is the same thing. That's how you maintain the engine so that it doesn't fail you. So I would challenge you, how are you using your time? Are you using it? I mean, and I'm not just talking about work and filling in the hours and taking care of things that way. I mean, when you're even at work, how are you using your time? Are you using it in the most efficient way possible? Are you faffing about and creating extra work for yourself instead of focusing and prioritizing and making decisions about what needs to be done first and the other things can wait? If you're not doing that, I would suggest that you might want to do that because it will make your life easier because you know what you're doing instead of running around like a headless chicken. I mean, in your personal life, the same thing. If you can't go out with this girlfriend because, she's got other plans, or, that guy that you've been waiting for to call hasn't called, make other plans. Use your time wisely. If you're a business person, use that time wisely. I've been talking about going to courses that are being offered free for small entrepreneurs, whether they're new or already established, and it's been brilliant. It really has. It's not only helped me to brush up on skills that I already had, but to learn some new ones and to network with people who may have similar interests, or we may be able to collaborate in some way. Use your time well. So even when I'm walking to the park, sometimes I'm listening to music because it just relaxes me, but quite often I'm listening to audiobooks that will teach me something, that will make me a better entrepreneur, that will make me a better person. Use of your time is essential. Who are you hanging out with? Are these people that are uplifting you and supporting you and encouraging you to strive ever higher? Or are they people that just kind of, slouch their way through life, not really doing anything or going anywhere? Who are you spending your time with? And most important of all, are you spending time with you, with yourself? The most important person you need to spend time with is yourself, because from you comes everything else. So are you giving yourself time? Are you taking that walk, or coloring in coloring books, or playing with your children? How are you spending your time? I would challenge you that there may be areas in your life, whether it be at home or at work, whether you're a business owner or you're a housewife, whoever you are, wherever you are in your life, I guarantee there's probably somewhere in your life where you could use your time more wisely. Now, it's also a function of, I think, perhaps of maturity. As we get older, we become more conscious of time, or the lack of it, than when we are younger. So that's a function of time. But hopefully, even younger people can learn to use their time well. They learn by example. What example are you setting for them in the use of your time? They imitate what they see. And if you're using your time well and moving yourself into a higher place, a place with greater understanding, greater knowledge that you can share and pass on, then that's what they will see, and that's what they will learn. They will pick up those habits. So I would challenge you today to think about how well you use your time. And if you're not using it well, what do you need to do to make sure that you are using your time well? It may mean taking a course at a local college about time management, maybe. Or it may be that, just have a to-do list and prioritize it so that you're using your time more wisely. Instead of making 5 trips to the supermarket, make 1. I mean, sometimes it's very simple things that we can do that will help us to manage our time better. So I will leave that thought with you about how you're spending your time, what you're spending your time on, and who are you spending your time with. Hopefully you come up with some great answers, or if not, some great ideas for change. So that's my thought on making use of time. Hope you found something useful in it. If you did, send me some love hearts or thumbs up, or drop a comment and let me know. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great evening. Oh, on this Thursday, I will be having back a guest to talk about finances That's Aiden Parr. That's a good friend and colleague. And we'll be talking about how to, part two of how to invest without losing your shirt. So stay tuned. That'll be Thursday at 8. But in the meantime, have a great week. Thanks for listening and watching. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.